It's I've put up several videos on YouTube today. I have to include this one. This is Margaret Ann Windsor, my real name. I was kidnapped from Buckingham Palace, brought to the United States, Lawrence County, Alabama, Moulton, Alabama, given the name of a twin, Margaret. Well, Peggy Ann, I'm tired. I've got shingles from being soaked in chemicals over the past years, and I have an immune disorder. I'm allergic to them, and right now I'm being soaked again where I moved. And shingles is a result of the ongoing soaking. And this is what the United States and all its lovely people, and the press won't tell because it's controlled by the Rockefellers. And Rothschilds, I put this on tapes. My own uncle got into kidnapping me and taking down my father, King Edward VIII, who was married to my mom, Claudia Ruth O'Keefe, an American Irish Catholic. And the whole scenario about my father marrying Wallace Simpson was a lie. She married an imposter. So the New World Order took down my father and kidnapped me. Now, before I found out in 83 about my kidnapping, I had written a book about mind control and murders being done in patterns. And since I've put it on repeatedly over videos and on Facebook, I won't say that again. I am watching what I'm watching now. I just cut it off. I can't handle some of it anymore. Was Neil Entwistle. He's British. He's from England. Married an American woman from Massachusetts. Her first name's Rachel. And that was a mind control murder. And I'm watching how the media 2020 has it on. I don't know when it was filmed, but this is, I believe, the first time I've watched. I know it is. Way back then, I said it was mind control murder. And how they make out someone to be, how they defame them when they're innocent. Mind control is a murder weapon, or it's a weapon used on them. He's an innocent man, and I really turned it off. I don't know if he's still alive. He's in prison, I know that, in Boston, I guess. And I don't know, it really, really hurts. But I wanted to finish this, though. His child, he was supposed to have killed. He was convicted for that and for killing his wife. Now, this is a man who would never have hurt anyone. It's totally a mind control murder. I'm not sure he even did it, but it's in the patterns that so mind control was used in it. Now, I wasn't going to say anything about this because I've left this out. It's been enough over the years. I started finding out about murders being done in patterns a long time ago. I knew it back in the early 60s, I guess, but I didn't know how it was done using mind control. That was in 78 that I started writing about it. And again, I'll reiterate and say that Larry Flint, while I was doing the book in Cobb County, Marietta, he was shot in Lawrenceville, March the 6th of 78. And I've been filled full of antifreeze. Let me backtrack. The person that shot Flint and killed Flint's attorney was programmed to do so. You can take down a plane, you can do anything, make a person do anything with it. I haven't mentioned the children. That's what I started out telling about, too, of persons being programmed to kidnap children. And that's part of what I was telling about. And that, in essence, leads up to the Amber Alert, and this gets into, well, I've told this way back then, but the press, which is controlled by the very people that kidnapped me, seem to focus on, because there's a lot of murders that happen that doesn't as far as I know, they don't fit in patterns. So as far as I know, there's no mind control used. But the Amber Alert goes, it's almost like telling you, the people, the agency doing it, what they're doing. And it's like Scott Peterson was supposed to have killed his wife and Lacey and dated Amber. That's part of the mind control patterns. That gets into a whole bunch of stuff in the Scott Peterson. The murder of his wife and his son, or his unborn baby, which was named Connor. So I'm here, and everybody wants to kill the messenger, me. I was kidnapped from Buckingham Palace, and I found out in '83. I've been filled full of antifreeze. I could go back, and you can't put it on a tape. You can't put it on 1,000 tapes. What was done to me and my sons because of who we are and who kidnapped us. I'm a hostage still. I couldn't get on a plane and go home. I can't go anywhere I want to. I'm kept penniless. And when I get a place to live, it's already set up ahead of time. And I'm allergic to chemicals. I have a chemical. It attacks my immune system. I'm allergic to them. And it gets me deathly ill, and over the years, I've really been soaked with chemicals. And now I can't walk, and my lungs and kidneys and everything has gone to pot, seriously, from it. Damaged beyond belief. I can hardly walk. I left the last place, Quality Inn Airport. I'd lived there 14 months. And it had been rough, but the last month or 2 months, the Patels moved in and bought it. They own everything around here. And by the way, I'm going to go back real quick to, I know it was November, I believe it was 95. I'd managed to do a live-in, and let me remind you, I used to work for doctors, bookkeeping and typing, secretarial, all that. I even worked for the district attorney. So I had good skills, pretty good skills. So, but all I could get when I came up here, well, my jobs had been shut down. I couldn't get any, but I'd gotten a live-in and managed to save the money, and I went into one of Patel's places called the Budget Inn, and they immediately started painting in December, and going to come in and caulk and all that, which is deathly to me. Now then, this has continued over the years. It's like a bloody nightmare. And I've become so sick, and nobody will stop it. The law doesn't work for me. The law and the agency doing it is telling them to do it. So they don't have to worry. They think about, okay, Carl Barton, who was a man who told me his wife did. He's a retired state trooper. She told me this, I remember the day, August the 14th of '09. She said, this is how we run you with chemicals. Well, I'm repeating her word because they made my word no good. And these are the words she said. She said, we're Americans. We're above the law. So they have, and that's true, absolutely true. So over the years, and now I am so weak, my immune system, I'm 75 also, but after being run from Quality Inn Airport, I think the world should see that part of it. I mean, literally dragging things because they came in and remodeled, and then they only went, there's no need trying to tell it now, so I won't. I ended up back over here at Corporate Suites where the Jewish man owns them, and I've lived in his before, and the same thing has happened. It's unreal. And when I came here on the 3rd from Quality Inn Airport, I was met with the bug guy was here that day. Well, you can say this is a coincidence unless you get into the whole scenario and then you know how it's set up and planned ahead. It's like a nightmare you can't believe. And so then the person comes in and changes the bed, the linen, and it sounds good. You got housekeeping, except when they deliberately soak your bed, and you're so sick you can't stand it, and the fumes